Okay, here we are. Finally. I'm gonna start with Caddy. Casper, A Spirited Beginning. We're gonna watch both parts. There's only, I believe, 2 parts. We're gonna watch both of them. But yeah, this is, old Caddy, so prepare yourselves. Prepare. Because I just know the hair is gonna be different, and it's gonna jump scare me. But nah, let's get into it. If it'll load.
Wake up. Wake up.
Oh god. I'm scared. It's spooky ooky. I feel like everyone's had one of those. Or at least knows someone who has. This is actually a pretty creepy opening. I wasn't expecting this. There's the hair. I knew it. Not the angles. What are those called? The Dutch angles or whatever?
God, why the buggery tits happened to me?
Oh yeah. I'm feeling the found footage horror theme here.
Okay, fine. I'm doing it already. Golly. And also, as well, I'm not a vampire, FYI. I'm actually just a cat, because I know that there's going to be people that say that the sunlight should be killing me and my cape is falling off and everything, and you know what? Maybe you should just stop and...
Not having like a spooky intro and then Caddy just having like an identity crisis over here. Yeah, I enjoyed that opening. That was great. That threw me back to when found footage was like brand new and everybody was fucking doing it after a while. It's great. It's great. Not the sounds.
Greetings and salutations, my beautiful people, and welcome to the Caddicarus show, where I always have to do the dirty deed of deciding whether or not a game deserves to be slaughtered or salvaged. And, of course, we're still knee-deep in...
Jesus Christ, my eyeballs!
But
I got flashbanged!
Because I'm
What the
actually
fuck?
fulfilling a promise that I made in a video over 2 years ago.
And trust me on this, I'll get to that movie soon enough.
And I can't honestly apologize enough. There is a reason it took me nearly 2 years to get to this thing. And no, it's not because I was waiting for the...
Oh my god, quit flashbanging me! Oh, Jesus Christ. I just want to say, I can only remember watching the OG Casper movie, I think. I'm pretty sure it's the OG Casper movie. I only remember that one. I enjoyed it, but I can only remember that one. I have no idea about any of the other movies or video games or whatever, so... Spooky lighting or flashbang? Is it the same thing? That is the question.
I couldn't think of the words decent enough to conjure up to describe it. So you know what? Today, now since it is the month of terror, we are going to tackle Casper. So please, everybody, sit down and enjoy this, because we are going to rub down and erode like the fucking cliffs of Dover on Casper.
Okay, we're jumping the gun a bit here. Here's some backstory. Casper is a ghost invented in the
my
1930s
eyes.
whose only character trait is that he's friendly, which luckily meant that Hollywood could profit off of his
I love
bland,
how for a
inoffensive,
spooky
and
video I'm just getting
boring face. And that's all I have to
flashbanged.
say. I mean, I swear the only reason Casper is the friendly ghost is because if he wasn't, he'd be too gross and scary to sell out to the broadest demographic. Naturally, Casper appeared in an abundance of comics, stories, TV spin-offs by Hanna-Barbera, games, and eventually into movies, which honestly I figured was the only thing that Casper was best suited for in the first place. There's only so much you can do with this boring face and being friendly, and 90 minutes on the big screen with some good effects would be just the right amount of Casper for the public, I thought. And hey, what do you know, in 1995, even though I'm sure there was no demand for it after the pointless amounts of Casper and the Angel, the movie Casper was made.
And what do I think of it? It's alright. Yeah, I like it. It's not the worst movie ever made. It's not amazing, but it's not terrible. It's a decent movie, I suppose.
I admire it for its set design, hammy yet soulful performances, and those effects. Not gonna lie, they're fucking awesome.
Yeah,
but
see,
I
this is the
admire it
only
more
one
for
I
the
can
fact that
actually
it had a
remember.
much darker tone than any other Casper branded thing before that. It didn't try too desperately hard to appeal to
Like,
everyone,
I
despite
enjoyed
a
it.
few cringy lines and stupid swears,
'Cause it was
but it
so
still tried to have its own identity. It had the balls
extra.
to be edgier, which I can definitely respect for something as boring as, well, this boring face.
And apart from a brief clue in the movie itself about how Casper died and how he became a ghost and what he was doing, you know, some of the more interesting questions to ask, 2 years later, there was a prequel movie made to clear those questions up. Direct to VHS.
Of course it
Where
was.
the best movies go to play. And this is what we'll be talking about today.
The most
this Halloween,
iconic
so
videos go.
sit back, relax, and enjoy Casper, A Spirited Beginning. In all of its utter glory, I feel so sorry for you. Roll opening credits.
Had a bit of an Adam Sandler
I
vibe.
hate it
Yeah,
already.
kinda,
So
yeah.
The film opens with the most dated 90s Casey and the Sunshine Band pop song rendition of the Casper theme with a rap for just that extra spoon
Like, I'm not gonna
full
lie,
of
though.
sugar to help the medicine go.
Like, just getting rid of like the ghosts and the drama of what happened in the movie. The place itself, with all the hidden mechanisms and shit, the way I would actually love living there, but also be terrified, I would accidentally kill myself in some device I wouldn't realize is there. Because there was like shit all over the place. It was crazy. It's like you could literally go in one area, end up on a fucking roller coaster.
Which contrasts heavily to the slowest credit sequence I've ever seen in my life. It's just this, for 3 minutes. No atmosphere, no world building, no establishing shots, just floating names on a black background while you're forced to sit there and check your watch. And immediately we transition to a ghost train that's got popcorn stuck in its teeth. But actually, he was eating these things. Hey, I don't blame you. If I was in the movie, I'd hide in there too.
I wonder
And
if
this
I'll
is where we're
recognize any
introduced
of
to our
this.
friendly Toast, and I call him Toast instead of Ghost because Toast is more boring, Casper.
I don't really remember besides the
I
movie.
feel your pain, man. I feel your pain.
And he literally doesn't know what's going on, where he is, or how he got there, leading him to think that he's dreaming.
Wake up, Casper. Come on, snap out of it.
Casper, calm down, man. The film's barely started yet.
What happened to me?
Scram, deadbeat. I'm in a grave mood.
Oh my god, take out the film's intro and we've only been watching this thing for 90 seconds and there was an awful pun already.
Where's this train going, lady?
The processing station.
Oh
Now
my
let me
god.
rest in peace.
Oh,
Them lips.
okay, my mistake. 2 awful puns in under 2 minutes. At this rate, I'm expecting another 85
Them
puns
lips.
movie. Don't fail me.
Where am I?
That's simple, Fog Boy. Too close to me.
And that
Wow,
was officially
rude.
the laziest excuse for a character to break free and discover his own story I have ever seen, which literally transitioned us straight to Casper in a quiet suburban American town. I'm not even trying to be funny. That's how the film is edited. No segue, no explanation. It's shit.
If I saw effects that bad, I'd probably scream as well. But more like, ah! And not quite like...
So Casper tries to get answers here as well, but finds that everyone literally flips their shit whenever he says hello. I mean, it's not like he's being threatening or anything. Look at his face. Why is everyone going so crazy? My god, man, calm down. What is
There was
madness?
always
Please, everyone,
someone
remind me
running
to
it
come and visit
right
this town at some point so I can
into
go
a
over and
trash
say
can
hello and watch
for
old
no
ladies
reason.
get bulldozed by young men. Boom!
Look at that, what
I
the
must
fuck?
admit this is hilarious, which I hope is the point just because of how ridiculous it is. But then the film
Yeah,
throws in
I-
a crucial plot twist,
honestly,
only 3 minutes.
Those people were probably getting paid shit or not at all. So I hope they had fun filming that shit. And there were no serious injuries. Because that woman got fucking football tackled. Like, full on slammed.
Into the presentation.
My feet! I am the ghost!
house.
We're all surprised. Shock.
Do I look bewildered enough?
So what was this scene about? You're telling me that Casper didn't realize he had no legs? Why is this such a shock? And like a puppy with diarrhea, the film can't stand still for a second and jumps to the next scene immediately. Look, it's the nerdy kid with a loser father that focuses too much on his work and not enough on his toast. I mean, it's stereotyped to fuck, and there is Steve Guttenberg, the guy you call when Jeff Goldblum isn't available. But the chemistry between the main character Chris and Tim, the dad, isn't too bad actually. It feels natural so far. Well, except the one bit where Chris gets totally blacklisted for no reason.
I'll see you later.
Oh, don't forget! Tonight's my open house! Parents are man!
And what does Tim do for a job? He's a renovation artist that nobody likes because he destroys historical landmarks, and the mayor wants him to bulldoze this haunted mansion in order to build
A brand new mini mall.
We don't need another mini-mall!
Yeah, but that shit's boring. Let's watch everyone get run over into a pulp instead.
I'm calling the sheriff.
Or, you know, watch 3 other hideous ghosts protect their motherland from the scum of the human
Wow.
race. That's cool as well. Oh wait, sorry, I spoke too soon because we have another pop song to promote, so instead let's just make a 3-minute ghost haunting scene with lots of screaming, close-ups of people with their mouths open, and more horrific jokes.
I learned this trick from my mummy.
This is a no parking
Wait, what?
Diamond says, shake your body.
Well, at least you have a sunroof now.
What a crack up.
I've got to say though, this
What in the
unbelievably
fuck?
boring 3 minutes is absolutely made by 2 characters. This guy who says, "Run for your life!" in the most forced way possible by running into position, standing in a pose, getting his arms out ready, and proclaiming it to the clouds, begging for another movie company to hire him. And this guy who gets a mega wedgie, but strangely enjoys it. Anyway, that was Stinky, Stretch, and Fatso,
Nice.
our trio of ghosts that live in the Applegate mansion that Tim is trying to tear down. And where did they come from? Never explained, don't get your hopes up. But hey, it is Casper's story, so I'm hanging on to that. And now Chris gets bullied. The end. Nothing to say, it's just bullies being bullies. But for a change, Chris actually stands up to them instead of letting them walk all over him. It's nice to see in a movie like this, honestly.
Shut up, geek, or I'll pulverize you. Pulverize? Wow, Brock, a 3-syllable word. Why on earth the principal Ray behold you back to Gray?
Run your face under a cold tap because you just got burned! Now Tim has lost his demolition team, and Chris goes to try and find the ghost that caused the haunt. Oh, but that's after another load of terrible fucking jokes.
They didn't even stand a ghost of a chance.
Lighten up, huh? I mean, go turn on the lights, just like the U.S. Scare Force.
And I wish I could say more about this scene, but this is where the chemistry takes a complete nosedive. There's nothing more to say other than the jokes aren't funny, Chris acts like a sarcastic asshole for the whole part, the ghosts all speak like they're on opposite sides of the room while on the phone to other people, and this animation is just incredible with how bad and ugly it is. The ghosts don't look part of the mise-en-scène whatsoever, they're just plastered on like one of my animated pictures. It's worth mentioning as well that these ghosts also have short-term memory.
Hey, it's that Snoop again.
Uh.
Who is you?
And again, the scene just ends as we now return to where the
I
ghost
felt
trainer
that
is going,
smack.
to a ghost training facility where you can gain a haunting license. And here we meet Snivel, an ugly son of a bitch voiced by...
Paulie Shaw.
You, the rookies, will be learning the A-B-C's of the ghost life.
Oh no,
Oh,
no,
God.
no, no, no,
Yep.
no!
And he's the assistant in this movie to Kabosh, the head of the facility and another bad guy, much like the bullies to Chris and even Chris's dad to the whole town. This is getting stupidly confusing. And it turns out that Casper was supposed to go to this school all along, but was thrown off, not only leading Kabosh to get angry and do what everyone has wanted to do since Biodome and throw Paulie Shaw off a building, but also raises the point that contradicts the original movie, where Casper said he never moved on from being a ghost because he was looking after his lonely dad. So how could he be doing that if he woke up on this fucking train in the first place, not even knowing he was a ghost?
Plot holes. Be careful. If you fall down them, you get stuck.
It's also very sad to hear James L. Jones's voice coming out of Kabosh. He must have had a hefty heating bill from the previous winter to think this script was good enough for his godly voice.
When I find those slackers, I'll tie a sheep shank on their bedsheet butts.
Especially considering our main running gag for the movie. Kabosh can't remember the main character's name.
Little snot noses named Carter.
Because that's... funny. I'm also calling any lame Star Wars joke at some point. I can sense it coming. Now we have Mayor
Yeah,
Rodney
I'm pretty sure he
Dangerfield.
definitely
I know
took
he
this
has a name,
voice
but
acting
fucking
for the
hell, all
check.
he does is spout one-liners, so he's Mayor Rodney Dangerfield. And after some more of this...
Oh, this reminds me. I gotta see my dentist.
Not funny. He brings forward the next plot element.
Now you get that beat-up piece of lumber down by tomorrow or you're finished.
Now everybody remember this, it's important. Now we have those same bullies again, being bullies, and they accidentally slime... And Chris's teacher, Miss Fistograph, saves him. Now what does she do? Punish the asshole kids despite saying...
I know that Brock and his pals have been picking on you for some time.
Or anything remotely reasonable?
No.
She blames Chris for not standing up for himself. What? Not only has Chris been standing up to these dicks, but that's your great advice for your
Listen,
students?
kid,
There
if
go,
you
kids.
don't-
If you ever get bullied, grow a pair.
If you don't fucking beat the shit out of them.
Important because now we know she's a conventionally attractive character and main element of the story in a feud with another main character of the opposite sex, so they're gonna bang at the end of the thing anyway because bad writing. And it's really obvious from the get-go because conveniently enough, Tim is on the TV talking about the mansion and getting Fistograph all worked up.
Those are historical landmarks.
But before she immediately says these things, she also says...
Wow. TV cameras aren't usually so flattering.
What?
And it wasn't.
Where did that come from?
And it-
Well, now I know you're gonna get together. Also, Steve Gutenberg.
Of course they're gonna get together, even though she's really blind in that one moment. Cause lady, I don't know what you were looking at. What TV screen were you looking at? Cause it was not good lighting. It was not enhancing his looks. Okay? It was no. Just no. Also, I remember growing up and like every movie or TV show or whatever, they would always do that where the main pairing basically would get together at the end, but they were in the beginning, they were like against each other in some stupid way. It was so cliche then, it's cliche now, and they still fucking do it. Listen, all I'm saying is Netflix would cancel one of their greatest shows ever just to make 20 films exactly like this one. All right?
Isn't flattering. What planet are you on, lady?
Well, not Earth, because not only does she blatantly insult her students' parents right in front of them...
Creep. That weasel!
Oh, come on, miss, I'm right here. Don't hurt my daddy.
But also because she cares a little bit too much about this damned house.
Well, Buster, I'm gonna have another rally, see? You haven't heard the last of Sheila Fistograph?
Oh my god, Casper.
What
I
a
forgot
last
he was
name
in this
also.
Casper movie. And the movie also forgot that he was a ghost. What's this shit? He should have vaped.
Let me guess. You feel like no one's on your side, no one really cares about you, and no one really likes you. I feel like that every day. Hey, we've got a lot in common. I'm Chris, Casper.
Hey, you're just as lame as I am. Let's be buds. So Chris takes Casper to the canyon and tries to teach him some ghostly tricks.
Let your ghostly instincts guide you, young spookwalker.
Yep, I called it. And the ghostly trio then arrive and decide to use Casper for their own selfish deeds by teaching him how to haunt, which would make Kibosh stop hunting for them after they escaped him, apparently? How? I don't know. It's very well explained, though. Don't worry about it.
Whoa, wait till Kibosh hears about this. Major brownie points for the Sniveler.
Snivel, I will dismiss you. So Casper learns how to go invisible, and then he takes a shit on the rug. I mean, that's just inhospitable. And then they try teaching him how to fly.
What's first, guys?
Flying!
But I only know how to hover.
Well,
That happened earlier.
Now we get introduced to the weirdest character
we
in the
love
entire
consistent
movie,
plot
Sergeant Bill
holes, you
Case, played by
guys.
the
We love
legend that is
it.
Michael McKean, which is weird since he was in Short Circuit 2, yet Gutenberg was in Short Circuit 1, and now they both work together on Better Call Saul. Okay, that last part wasn't entirely true, but still, he's such a weird character in this. He's a one-man demolition company that is completely off his tits on something. I'm not sure, honestly. One thing's for sure, though, he makes the most entertaining scenes whenever he's on screen. This is a guy having fun.
In your face!
What was that?
Just a little extermination job. Occupant has a gopher problem. Correction, had.
Yeah, not quite as fun as learning how to phase through walls. Ugh.
I am going through the wall.
That also happened earlier. Did they write this
Consistent
film
plot
backwards or
holes.
something?
Oh look, the bully girl is now being suddenly nice to Chris. Why? No need to worry, because it looks like Tim missed the parent scene he totally ignored earlier. Chris is understandably pissed off about that. Then the film remembers it's about ghosts and gives Casper the spotlight again.
I'm doing the best I can.
Jesus! What was that? What? How? What? But oh dear, Casper isn't quite getting the hang of
to
this
be fair,
ghosting
though,
stuff, so he gets kicked out by Stretch Stick.
I would actually send that Christmas card to somebody. I would.
Stinky and Fatso. But of course, only after there's another sudden character change.
Look, little guy, we know deep down inside you're really gruesome and horrible, but we're
Wow.
just not seeing it. Get a life!
Now here's some more emotional trauma between Chris and his dad after he
The
missed the meeting the
whiplash.
night before. Now my main problem with this relationship in the movie starts to surface. We're supposed to feel sorry for Chris for being neglected by his dad, and yes, to an extent, Tim isn't the best dad out there. He literally forgets everything, and of course isn't physically there that much for Chris at all, and in some scenes he even makes promises but bails on them. Yeah, that's shit. But the movie really gets confused with what it tries to say. Remember that scene from earlier?
Now you get that beat up piece of lumber down by tomorrow or you're finished.
Yeah, that's kind of important, because up until this point, Tim is a single dad trying to keep food and shelter for his son by threat of losing his job forever. That's why he's never around for Chris, yet no one ever communicates this to everyone, and Chris just acts like a spoiled bitch about the whole thing because he's literally only looking at one side of the coin. His side. The side of, "You're never there for me." I can see the message they're making here, but it's conveyed so poorly, and it only gets worse as the film continues, being
Well, every
extremely
message they've
unfair by
conveyed so
painting
far
Tim
is
as this
poorly and
horrible
full of
father
plot
by initially
holes.
stating that demolishing the mansion is wrong just because his son likes it, despite the fact that if he doesn't, he'll have no job to provide for him. So far, the entire message the film tries to teach us that parents should sacrifice everything they've ever built in their lives just because their kids ask them to, which is not realistic. There needs to be balance, especially if the only source of income coming in to, you know, keep your family alive is on the line every day. Even here, Tim misses out on the parent evening. Yes, I admit, that's shit, but then this happens.
Why don't you have your dad come for a private conference tomorrow at 4?
To which Chris tells Tim later,
I've kind of had to set up another meeting for today. You know, a parent-teacher one at 4.
4? But I have...
and then we're supposed to feel sorry for this kid? I felt sympathy earlier, but you can't just do that because you think it makes it right. And Fistagraph knows this. She's an adult. You can't just spring plans on a dad that you know is bogged down with work just because he forgot something and then make him feel bad for being busy at the time that you fucking arranged without telling him in the first place. It's wrong.
And I'm not even halfway through this damn thing yet. So do you know what that means, people? Yes, this film is too much for me to tackle in one video, so please stay tuned until next Sunday for part 2.
Okay,
where
we'll
Casper possesses
we'll
the soul
time
of
travel.
Paulie Shore to leave planet Earth and never return again.
Snivel, I will dismiss you. Hey guys, I'm so sorry to do this. I haven't done it before, but this video was too big to tackle in one go. So when part 2 is done, it shall be linked at the end of this video. So please
hurry
stay
up,
tuned
Caddy.
for that. But first, since it's still the month of terror, are you feeling spooky?
Terror.
Well, how about going into the description to the
Terror.
Pixel Empire and picking up this limited edition Dead Space print? And you can get this and many other designs on the site from movies, TV shows, and games for 15% off of anything that you want if you use the coupon code CADDY in big capital letters. That's my treat to you for watching this video today. Thank you
I wonder
so
if
much.
it still works,
Also, they ship
or if it's been too
internationally,
long.
and these bundles of limited edition designs are on a half price off sale right now. So go and go and go.
Go get him.
And welcome back, everybody. Thanks so much for watching this
God.
video. My first
It's
one
so
about a
weird to see the
movie, and
old
I didn't realize
compared
it
to
would be
the
this
new,
strenuous, so
like,
that's why it's in 2 parts.
outros.
Hopefully you're enjoying it
It's
from my
so
first
weird.
attempt. And part 2 will be linked on the left of the screen right now. So click on it when it's done. It's not done yet, but when it is, it will be linked here. So just click on it right now. Go in the description to see social networks and my games grabber collection, where you can see what equipment I use for videos and what games I'm buying and playing. And of course, if it's your birthday today watching this video, happy freaking birthday to you. And
this
please
outro is so
remember to
weird
stay beautiful.
compared to the
But
new
we're
one.
not talking about a game today because...
We don't like games.
Oh, shit. Not because it's the month of terror.
We don't like games.
Arr. And not
Games?
because...
Ew.
Shit. Fucking... No! Stop, please.
No.
Oh. No!
Not the free foot action over here. Gotta save that for the OnlyFans. Needs more doggo. Yeah, no, it's not the same without doggo. It's not the same. Let's see if YouTube will actually load this video. Let's see how long it takes. Come on, YouTube. There we go. Part dust.
Previously on the Caddicarus show, during the month of Tower.
He's roly-poly-oly. He's small and smart and round. And
wait, that's not white.
Ghost.
Oh, yeah,
everybody losing their shit in the beginning. It's fucking hilarious
right
though.
Now you are right bang dot in the middle of a massive two-parter big Halloween extravaganza Caddicarus episode spectacular. So this part, I'm afraid, will make no sense without the first part. So please either go into the first line in the description or click on my hideous face to go and see what this shit's all about. Now, where were we? Ah yes, Tim and Chris are both dicks that deserve each other.
Okay, that's a stretch, but either way, Tim promises he'll make it up to his son by not only cancelling pre-existing plans to go to the random meeting he wasn't warned about, but also having dinner and playing baseball with him in the evening, in a stunt that he likes to call
Wild and Crazy Guy Day!
No.
No.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
That's so stupid. That seriously can't be what it's called.
Yes, it is.
Gutenberg, I'm seriously not in the mood to argue with you, so if you don't stop right now, I'll burn your stupidly high up to your nipple trousers clean off!
No!
Right. Thank you.
And he also says it's apparently written down on that.
Gutenberg, that's a donut. It's not written there.
Yes, it is.
We went from one extreme to another. Oh my god!
Now, Chris is happy, yet Casper is depressed. We're getting there, movie, very slowly.
Hey, Casper, did you hear? Dad and I are going to the batting cage tonight.
No, because I just got here, you fucking simpleton. How could I have heard it from you, you fucking...
So Chris tells Casper he'll teach him in the ways
Yeah,
of
that looks
ghosts
accurate.
again, in the middle of a school where everyone can see him.
YouTube,
And he
why
tries
are
to
you-
phase through walls again, leading to this happening, and yet another stupidly over
Come on.
the top reaction.
What did I say?
Oh my god.
Oh, and this happens in a kids movie.
I need you right now.
Yeah, please
Wow.
just roll the slapping scene.
Now Chris takes Casper to the library where even more people can see, and it's quiet as the dead, so they'll get spotted even easier. And look, the bullies again. Those darn bullies. It was almost like they were waiting around the corner to ambush Chris, like demon souls. Oh, and the sass that this kid has.
Oh yeah, exactly like Demon Soul.
Don't have any real friends.
He will go far in life.
They say this library is haunted. By who? Ernest Haunting Way?
Not funny. So Casper fucks around with the bullies and then...
Crushed my ass.
For some reason, even after this and even this, it takes that for the teacher to finally realize, oh wait, I'm a teacher, and actually do something about it. I mean, Casper drops a few books and she swoops straight in like a red kite, but physical assault and destruction? Pfft, now. Oh, I want tea. This then leads into actually a pretty funny scene, I must admit.
What the fuck is happening right now?
I think I lost him.
It's always great in films and
What?
TV when the main comedy isn't in your face. I remember completely missing that as a kid.
I just love the fact that guys, this is supposed to be a Casper movie. And I feel like Casper's like in the background. Anybody else getting that feeling? Just a little bit. Like,
And it was a nice
Casper
surprise to
in the
see.
Casper
and let's not
movie
forget
is
there's still
the
Mr.
B
McKean's
plot.
hammy performance, so he's off his face.
So what kind of ordnance are you looking for here? Fragmentation grenades, C4 explosives, missiles, plastique, TNT, cherry bombs. Help me out here.
And he turns the office into a bonfire, as you do when you're... So Casper heads off into town and decides to put his new abilities, which he never actually learned, to the test. And who better as a guinea pig than this guy? Oh, hello everyone, don't mind me and my hand cannon. I'm just an average guy getting some beef jerky.
Just an average, not totally gonna commit violent acts guy.
Not that long ago for not being able to do so. How did he do it? I'm so confused. And he actually gets commended for his effort.
Finally, I feel so alive.
Oh, that's a shame. Because you're dead.
And this is when Tim realizes that Fistograph, Chris's teacher, is the one behind all the protests, and he figures that this parent meeting is all a big ruse to talk.
YouTube, quit fighting me. I will watch these fucking videos
about the mansion.
Okay, now, Steve, we want you to perform this bit like you've just been lured into a trap to get you to change your mind about demolishing the mansion. A little conviction.
What is happening? Oh my god. Fine. I will lower it. Just let me play the fucking video.
Parent-teacher conference. Ha! My Aunt Sally.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Who's up for some classic keep the character hidden comedy? I'm not feeling like it personally, but the film finds an excuse by having Fistograph show up at Chris's house to give him back a forgotten folder. And while Casper could just fucking go upstairs, making this entire teacher walking around the house scene utterly pointless, he instead decides to stay downstairs, never go invisible, even though he said earlier he could do it easily. And all that happens is that Chris looks like he's coming on to his teacher. Not surprisingly, she leaves after not even having one sip of her drink, rude bitch, and then she notices this.
Hey. Your porch light's out.
Oh yeah, and it has living, pulsating, and moving eyes, but that's not worth mentioning. I'm sure you knew that when you brought it, Chris. Don't worry about it.
What a weird decoration.
Music video montage sequence for that glorious soundtrack. I wish I could make a joke here, but it's just a song. Hooray! Bill Case is going into the mansion to plant his explosives.
This guy is the spice in my life.
So not only does Kibosh hear about Casper's supposed illegal haunting techniques through Snivel, I will dismiss you, but so do the ghostly trio through the newspaper.
That was Casper, I tell ya. He's going around town doing good deeds for everyone.
Oh, damn it, oh, you better dash off and stop him. What the
And then we cut to the dinner scene.
Exactly, Caddy, exactly.
Wild and crazy guy day!
And it starts off, well, I wouldn't say smoothly.
You never pay attention to me. I mean, you don't come to my baseball games, or take me to the movies, or listen to what I say.
Wait, kid, I know your dad has forgotten stuff and has been bogged down with work, but I think you're being a bit unreasonable here, especially since I've seen no evidence of this and you decide to bring this up right before he actually planned to stay in for a cool night with you two, after you forcefully arranged something with him and caught him off guard, and he wanted to cancel all of his pre-existing plans to spend this cool night with you. You kid, you fucking dick. And you know how I know that you're a dick? Because kid is what you get when you say dick backwards. And it gets worse because Chris didn't want a single interruption on their night together, so he decides to intercept and end a simple phone call from Mayor Rodney Dangerfield. Dude, he wasn't going anywhere. He was just answering the phone. What the hell is up your ass? Is it your mother? Because she isn't around anymore? Because you shoved her up your... And just before Chris plans to show Casper to his dad, Casper gets taken away by the trio, leading to my favorite scene in the whole damn movie. Chris tries to convince his dad that Casper and ghosts are real, making him more annoyed by the second. Chris asks,
Why can't you believe me?
and the audience answers, well, actually, because maybe it's a bit fucking stupid. And then he really pushes the bar by bringing his estranged mother into everything.
Why can't you believe me? Mom would've...
And this is when shit gets real. Tim runs around and tears up Chris's posters, picks up only a few of his toys and not all of them because he's Steve Guttenberg, and Steve Guttenberg never gives 100% to anything. Then he runs downstairs, throws them in the kitchen bin, and storms out to make out with Mayor Rodney Dangerfield. I think that's actually what's been happening myself. But what makes this scene...
Listen. I know this is like a goofy kids movie show thing, but don't do that to your kids. Don't destroy their shit. That is beyond fucked up, alright? Like, unless your kid is doing something so seriously wrong, like, I don't know, trying to axe murder you in the middle of the night, don't destroy their shit. It fucks them up, and they will remember that shit. They will remember. They will fucking remember.
So great is the fact that, well, we're supposed to feel sympathetic for Chris specifically, yet he completely stepped the line in the most unreasonable way imaginable. And even though I wouldn't say what Tim does is the right thing, because it really isn't, we're supposed to hate his guts right now, and I honestly don't. They're both being unreasonable bastards right now. But not only that, it's the pure condensed drama of this scene. The music that plays here while there's a simple father-son argument is the funniest fucking thing ever.
Chris!
am I the only one that finds that so damn funny? Because it tickles me under the chin.
And then Chris runs away to then run into an ironically happy family that just came back from a baseball match that he was supposed to go to and have his night completely ruined. And then the bullies come back because they somehow follow Chris's every single fucking move because they have nothing better to do. And then they capture him and take him to the Applegate mansion to lock him in a room for revenge against what happened earlier at the school.
Listen, by this time it's not just bullying, it's stalking, okay?
But something tells me that this kid secretly knows about it. Holy shit, dude, that was dark. I just find it rather funny how out of anyone
a budding
in this
serial
entire class,
killer right
Chris
there.
is the one
Caught
that
on
gets
camera,
picked on,
y'all.
despite him being one of the more witty, confident, and passionate kids in the entire film. Why is he being bullied exactly? I'm not complaining as such, but he's not exactly an easy target, and he doesn't take shit from these bullies, so what are they getting out of it? Not to mention, have you seen what happens when you fuck with him? His G Casper gets involved. Casper. It's nice not to have the stereotypical nerd kid being bullied because why not? But why does he say he has no friends at all and is constantly alone when he seems like a nice, confident and talkative kid? It makes no sense to me. He should have some friends, even one. I mean, don't be cruel, movie. Anyway, we then cut back to these morons who get suddenly spotted and captured by Kibosh, leading me to question that if it was that easy to find them, why weren't they found much earlier than just now?
So, where's Chrysler?
Oh look, Kibosh forgot Casper's name again, and the running joke came back only an hour later. And then the trio get captured, and he gets it wrong again.
Now, to find your little protege, Tanker.
Oh, Kibosh. Oh no, the explosives are armed, Tim can't find Chris, and Casper appears and scares the shit out of a baseball bat wielding Steve Gutenberg. It's all happening in this house.
You here?
Boy, Chris was right. You really don't have an imagination.
Oh, right, so that was Tim's problem this whole movie. He just needed an imagination this whole time. That would have fixed everything.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, wait, isn't he a sketch artist for building contractors? No imagination, talentless, 17% hack. And I suppose this was the day that Gutenberg forgot how to act, because not only does he not appear to give a single fuck about the fact his only son has run away, but it takes a badly animated translucent flying sperm to tell him that him and his son need each other.
Find him. You need each other.
You're right, Casper. We do need each other, and we love each other.
I love my son. Oh, thank you, Casper. I forgot for a second. I also needed you to tell me to find him because I was just gonna sit down and eat my fingers. I almost forgot to find my son for a second. Thanks, Casper. I love my son. And after this, Casper makes a huge assumption that Chris
Every
is at the
time they
Applegate
do something
mansion,
like that
and
in
everyone
these
freaks
types
the
of
fuck
movies.
out because
That's gonna blow in 15 minutes!
Every time they
But
do
wait,
that in
wait,
these
wait, they
movies,
don't
it's so
actually know
corny
if
every
he's there
time.
or not
It's
right
never
now. So am I just
natural.
wasting time freaking out when they could, I don't know, call neighbors first, get the police involved? No, let's just jump in the first car that just so happens to pull outside my house, which also just so happens to be driven by Sheila Fistergraf, your greatest business rival and teacher of your son!
Oh my!
You okay there, Caddy?
Oh my god, the coincidences here. Oh, they're just too plentiful. I think I'm gonna be sick. Oh wait. Even my vomit wasn't worth exposing to that wretched noise.
Casper finds Chris,
Nice.
but Snivel finds Casper, so he runs off to tell Kibosh.
The Sniveler has sniveled his finest snivel!
Once I grab that Brad Capper.
Oh, he did it again! God, we're nearly done. Anyway, Tim and Fistergraf then tried to find Sergeant Bill to try stopping the detonation, but he's insane, as Tim forgot, so he gets hit with a frying pan he keeps on him for some reason. Fistergraf then badasses the side of the tree Bill was on, leading Tim, who just recovered from that frying pan to the head out of nowhere, to grab the detonator and throw it away, which seems like a very dumb idea since the detonator could land on the button and... But it doesn't, so Tim breaks into the mansion to get Chris, and here is where we see the countdown timer has a default mechanism. But don't worry, because I'm sure Tim will waste no time getting his son out of there.
There's always a countdown.
Are you okay?
So somehow Casper eats the bomb, let me repeat, eats the bomb, and suppress the explosion by turning into a deviant art page, leading to everyone being happy that the mansion is still standing. And, you know, not that Chris or Tim are okay, what the fuck? And Mayor Rodney Dangerfield literally out of nowhere, I'm not even joking, the last scene we saw him in was when he threatened to fire Tim. Out of nowhere, he says,
As I've been saying all along, we must preserve a historic landmark.
You've got to be shitting me, right?
You're stuck with Caddo.
That's Casper.
Oh my god, he finally said it right. And it wasn't funny. What in the name of mangy spaghetti was that about? And Kibosh, the great ghost leader with every ghost on his database, doesn't know that the trio lied to him when they say Casper is their nephew
nothing in
and
this
doesn't
movie
need to get back
worked.
to the school. This is getting so lazy now, so I'll try to wrap up soon. Tim and Chris make up. Everyone decides to keep the mansion as a haunted tourist attraction. Tim and Fistagraph now seem to be romantically infatuated for no reason. The bullies come back one last time.
What'd we miss? You almost got Chris killed. Cool. Brock, you're a butt and you'll always be a butt.
Damn!
Chris then shows off Casper to the random girl that decided to like Chris all of a sudden.
Casper? I like the effect you have on people.
Oh, I bet you do, you little man-whore. And we end with Chris giving Casper his official title.
Casper, the pleasant poltergeist. Let's just stick with Casper, the friendly ghost.
Oh, so that's where he got his name from.
Everything else is a plot hole.
Wait a second. What does Wikipedia say?
Yeah, wait a minute.
Shows how Casper became a ghost. That's not even a truthful fact. Wikipedia lied to me. Can you even imagine? I'm dry.
Well, bug me with a bike pump and feed me a biscuit. What the fuck was the point of this movie? It's a prequel to the Hollywood Casper, yet nothing that happens in it explains anything or has any bearing on the story in the original movie. And we never find out how Casper died, actually, what his past was like, or anything. We don't even figure out how they got to the mansion in the first movie. But I could forgive all of this if this was a decent movie in its own right, but Christ, what even is this? It's boring, it's pointless, the characters never properly communicate anything to each other or seem to not even care what the fuck is going on. Character relationships change at total random or don't match
it was
their
full of
behaviors. The jokes are completely random
inconsistencies,
and
plot
disjointed with no
holes.
connection to anything. And that wouldn't be so bad, except they're not even slightly funny. The lessons it tries to hammer into kids are backwards and contradicts character behaviors in the film itself, and the effects are just bad. And let's not forget a few really annoying performances, and don't even get me started on Pauly Shore.
There you have it, everyone. My first proper video series about a movie.
We love it when they make no one likable and everything wrong.
Gets slaughtered. And I don't even think I need to explain why that is. It's not funny, it's not scary, it's not emotional, it's not interesting. It's just terrible. I mean, okay, it does get very, very entertaining occasionally from how bad it gets, but just generally, it's god-awful. For something that I used to adore as a kid, Casper: A Spirited Beginning has not held up well at all, not even slightly. Oh, the things that age does to you. But anyway, happy Halloween, everybody, and thanks so much for watching all parts of this video series, if you watched all parts of it anyway, and let's hope that your Halloween is much scarier than that piece of shit. And make sure that your trick-or-treating is safe and Casperless. And maybe, Pauly Shoreless as well, because if it's not, then that'd be terrible.
Paper covers rock to lose
Oh my god.
Hey everyone, I hope you enjoyed the month of terror, but before it ends, why don't you head to the description to pick up this limited edition Dead Space print from thepixelempire.com. And you can get this and many other designs on the site from movies, TV shows, and games for 15% off of anything that you want if you use the coupon code CADDY in big capital letters. That's my treat to you for watching this video today. Thank you so much. Also, they ship internationally, and these bundles of limited edition designs are on a half price off sale right now, so
let's see if there's anything
at the same rate that
video.
they always do. The support is genuine. Remember to stay beautiful.
Oh, the coincidences here. Oh, they're just too plentiful. I think.
Hey, Mom.
Yeah. I love you.
Dig it.
And that's what I said, I can't remember. You aren't rolling, are you?
Okay.
Are you rolling now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Love the fact she's just fucking with him by that point. That was great. I mean, the movie wasn't great, but Caddy covering it was great. It was great. I enjoyed that. I enjoyed it. Another good Caddy video. An old one.